the 25th meeting of Barnet Toastmaster Club. I want to share a very quick data of this 265th number. The angel number 265 is a message that our financial and material situations are going through positive changes. So with our new ExCom committee, I'm sure that we have this excitement, the new changes, positive changes coming through. And trust we all are going to enjoy this next phase with this new ExCom committee. The topic, the theme for today, self-awareness. I want to share my thoughts around self-awareness, which is related to my professional side. Self-awareness occupies a prominent place in many organization leadership approaches and concepts. Self-awareness has been identified as a key component of authentic leadership. Daniel Goleman, who is the master of emotional intelligence, he defines self-awareness as the ability to recognize and understand our moods, our emotions, our drives, as well as how it affects others around us. So that's about the theme today. Good evening once again, everybody. Our club's mission. Our club provides a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Some quick overview on the rules of this meeting. Please mute your microphone when you are not speaking. Also, rename yourself by prefixing with your meeting role or Toastmaster and your name, DM your name. Or for guests, it's guest and your name. Please put your mobile phones on silent mode to avoid any distractions around you. Be cognizant of the body movement, multitasking, and backgrounds. You can use chat box for any questions or comments that you have. For any feedback for speakers, please send one-to-one direct message to the specific speaker. You can clap or use clap emoticon or any other emoticon wherever the control is transferred. When you begin speaking, the correct protocol is that you have to greet in following manner. Good evening, presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, and fellow Toastmasters and guests. So good evening, everyone, once again. Let me now introduce our presiding officer, who has been with this club for 3 years now, Toastmaster Santosh. He works with the IT company and is digital marketing manager there. Over to you, presiding officer Santosh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priya, for wonderful opening of this meeting and nice introduction of mine. Please allow me call this meeting in order. My fellow Toastmaster, we do not have today guest. Very good evening and welcome to in Barnet Toastmaster Club. I think today we do not have any guests, so let me skip the guest introduction phase. I have something to say about the Toastmaster. The Toastmaster is self-paced education program. It allows to everyone to hone 3 skills. That skills, communications, public speaking, and leadership skills. Toastmaster International has the international footprint. It's available 145 country, more than 60,000 club, 300,000 active member like us. So this is something credential of the Toastmaster International, and we feel proud that we are part of that big family. Now, coming to the theme. Before jumping on the theme, I have one question. How many you have the kids? Yes? I think very few. Let me rephrase this question. How many you have a kid inside? I think all of us, all right? So this intro aspect, I have, whenever I talk to the baby or kids who is almost 7 to 8 months or 10 months, I usually ask the question, and probably you would also ask the question that, better tell me where your eyes, better tell me where your hand, better tell me where your nose. And most of time, baby reply with full enthusiasm. And this is first example of the self-awareness. As we grow, we aware with a lot of things, but we disconnected from ourselves due to lack of the self-awareness. So today, we have someone who will help us to reconnect from us. So without any delay, let me call on the stage Toastmaster Vibha, who will help us and will take us on the stage of self-awareness. So please welcome Toastmaster Vibha on the stage as a Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Vibha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Santosh. I hope my screen is visible and I am audible and visible too. Thank you.
Yes.
Respected Area Director, Presiding Officer, fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very good evening to one and all. I am Toastmaster Vibha, your host for today. And today we are going to talk about self-awareness. It is about knowing yourself. I'm going to help you understand what actually means to be truly self-aware. Think of self-awareness as the foundation of living a life of purpose. From career planning to mental well-being to building strong relationships, self-awareness is the key ingredient. So let's move ahead. And before moving ahead, I would like to know your views. What do you think what self-awareness really is? Anyone who would like to share, who would like to talk about it, can please unmute yourself and let me know your views.
Connect from ourselves or inner voice is self-awareness.
Anyone else? Thank you, Toastmaster Santosh, for your views. Now, let's move ahead and understand what actually a self-awareness is. So according to Tasha Urich from the book Insights, she has mentioned self-awareness at its core is the ability to see ourselves clearly, to understand who we are, and also to know how others view us, how we fit into the world around us. So it's not only about how we understand ourselves, how we look inward. It also about how people think about us and how they see us, what are their views about us. And why it matters actually. Why do we want to know about self-awareness? Why do we have to develop this ability to aware ourselves? Anyone? I have the slide here. So
So we can
self-awareness.
connect better
Yes.
way.
So we can perceive better, we can see better, we can think better, we can hear better when you
Correct.
act with awareness.
Exactly. Toastmaster Santosh?
Yeah, so self-awareness to allow us to understand the things around us.
Great, great. Thank you so much for your responses. As we can see, this performance development ladder, self-development, self-awareness is the first part, key part, or the basic uh, first step to this ladder. If we are self-aware, we'll be able to introspect ourselves, we'll be able to find insights out of it, and we'll be able to set our goals. And based on that, we'll further create an action plan. That is for career perspective, both professionally and personally, self-awareness is the key ingredient. To maintain good relationship with your relatives, to live a happier life, we will have to build this ability to get to know ourselves. And that is what research and psychologists have identified, that people who are highly self-aware, they tend to have happier life, they make choices more appropriately, and they live a most fulfilling life. So let's hold on for some time as we are aware of what self-awareness is and why does it matter to us. Now let me explain with you. Just a minute, let me stop sharing my screen. So let me explain you the program for today's meeting. For the benefit of guests, we have two sections. The first half will consist of prepared speeches. 3 speakers will attempt to deliver their speeches based on certain objectives, followed by impromptu speaking in the table topic section for Toastmasters and guests. The second half will be the evaluations for prepared speeches, role player report, and the general evaluators report. So let me introduce my fellow colleagues who will help me in control and conduct of this meeting. We have just seen someone who opened the meeting with lots of zeal. She is someone who is working as a change management consultant and she likes painting. Let's give a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Priya, the Sergeant at Arms for the meeting. To give us the critical feedback of the language that we use, we have someone who is an Ayurveda doctor. She will introduce you the word of the day and phrase of the day. So let's welcome Toastmaster Aditi. Over to you, Toastmaster Aditi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vibha. Good evening, presiding officer, fellow Toastmaster, and guests. Self-awareness means get wise to your own self, to your thoughts, and to your other aspects of yourself. There are many ways to get aware about ourselves, and one is introspection. And when it comes to speaking, we must be aware of the language that we use. And here comes my role. As a grammarian, it's my responsibility to listen each and everything said during this meeting and note and report any particular effective uses of grammar and or any grammatically incorrect speech. It is also my task to introduce the word of the day and phrase of the day. So word of the day is introspect, which means to examine one's own thoughts. An example is sometimes we need to introspect about our motives. Anyone would like to try this? No?
Sorry. By introspect, we can clean our thoughts and prepare for the better.
Right, that's right. And phrase of the day is get wise to, means to get aware about or understand fully. An example is teacher quickly get wise to the student who are cheating. Would anyone would like to try?
Today, our 3 speakers get voice after getting the evaluation report from the evaluator.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Santosh. I encourage all of you to use the word of the day and phrase of the day during your stage time. I request all audience to show thumbs up on a screen or use emoticon when anyone uses word of the day and phrase of the day. I'll give my report when called for. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Vibha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditi. Now I would like to call the timer, Toastmaster Shankar. Over to you, Toastmaster Shankar.
Very good evening, presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, and guest. My name is Shankar Mani, and in today's meeting, my role is of a timer. As a timer, my duty is to time prepared speeches, table topic speeches, speeches evaluation during the meeting. Every speeches had time range allotted for finish time. You can see them on the agenda too. When a speaker reaches the minimum time allotted for the range, I will display green card. When the speaker reaches the midpoint of the time allotted, I will display yellow card. When the speaker reaches the end of the time allotted for the range, I will display a red card. Speaker has 30 seconds grace time before the green card and after the green card is displayed to end the speech in order to qualify for the vote. I will report qualifying times when called for. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Vibha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shankar. Now, to act as an accounter, we have someone who is business development manager in an IT company. Her hobbies are painting, swimming, and hiking. Please welcome Toastmaster Geetika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vibha. Good evening, presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters. The purpose of the AHA counter is to note any overused words or filler sounds used as a crutch by anyone who speaks during a meeting. Words may be inappropriate interjections such as and, well, but, so, you know. Sounds may be or ah. Whatever form they take, crutch words typically have two attributes: overuse and meaninglessness. My role is like a squirrel's contribution. Though it seems to be small, but it will make a big difference in your life. I'm warning everyone, introspect, take a pause, then speak. And I'm going to catch you. Let's be awesome, not awful. I'll be back with my final report. Over to Toastmaster Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Geetika. Now, let's begin with our first speech, first section of prepared speeches. Each project has a specific time limit and certain fixed objective. That is why we call it as a project. Each project teaches us some aspects of public speaking, such as body language, vocal variety, or persuasive skills. The speaker will try to learn various such aspects of their speeches. The first speaker will attempt Level 1, Project 1 from Leadership Development in Pathways. The evaluation for this speech is Toastmaster Santosh. I request Toastmaster Santosh to read out the objective of the speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster, Madam Toastmaster. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of the public speech. Good luck, Toastmaster Apeksha.
The time allowed for this speech is 4 to 6 minutes, meaning the lightning sequence is green at 4, yellow at 5, and red at 6. The buzzer will sound at 6.5 minutes. The speaker is working as a manager in an IT company. She likes talking to people and networking. Let's welcome Toastmaster Apeksha. My journey, Toastmaster Apeksha.
Hi everyone, a very good evening to area managers, my fellow Toastmasters. So today I talk about how I reached here at starting of my career and my journey till here. So it's like there is a saying, it's a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So I just want to tell you, I just want to introduce myself that how I started, how I began my journey and I reached here. I am born and brought up in Steel City. You can also call it as Rice Bowl of India. It's Bhilai, Chhattisgarh. Yes, I belong to there. And I completed my formal education and training from there till engineering. And after that, I moved to Pune for my further studies, that is MBA in HR and marketing. I have dual specialization. And there were two major incidents in my life which forced me, which persuaded me to introspect myself and to know that where I'm heading for. Like from starting itself, I have a knack of communicating with the people, to talk to them, to network with them. But somehow I was not getting that confidence. And if I'm getting that chance, I was stumbling somewhere. So I just want to tell you those two incidents. The first incident was when I was in first semester of my MBA. That time there was one subject, a major subject, in which there were like 50 to 60 ratio was there. In that we have to present one report in which basically the major points, the major pointers will be given, and we will pass that subject if we will present it very well, if we will have that presentation, if we will prepare it very well. So I did my research work, I presented everything, and at the time of the presentation, I hit the floor and I was like, I was dumbstruck. I am not at all able to recall what I have learned, for what I have to present, and why I'm here. For 2 to 3 minutes, I was like, no, I'm not able to deliver this. But again, I gathered that courage. And then it was like I go on and on for 5 to 10 minutes, and somehow I passed that subject. So that was the first incident. And the second incident was when I was presenting, I was hosting 2019 Women's Day celebration in my organization. And again, it was all well scripted. I have rehearsed for around 50, 60 times. But again, it was like I hit the floor and again I was dumbstruck. I was not able to recall anything means anything. And then I was like, no, I have to introspect myself. There need to be stop in this. I need to prepare myself because I have everything within me. I have that confidence, I have that courage, but I'm not able to present. So why this is happening? Why this is going on? So then I search for such organizations, such groups, or someone who can help me out, someone who can teach me, who can tell me where I'm going wrong, how I have to improve myself. And if the third chance will be given to me, then I don't want to lose that chance. So then I searched for such groups and everything, and I stumbled across one website, that is Toastmasters Club. Then upon searching, that particular group was there. It was Pane Toastmasters Club, and this is how I found this club, and I joined this club, and I'm looking forward to progress myself more. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Toastmaster Apeksha. Now moving ahead to the second speech. The second speaker will attempt level 1, project 1 from innovation planning in pathways. The evaluator for this speech is Toastmaster Dipesh. I request Toastmaster Dipesh to read out the objective of the speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Dipesh.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Okay. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speech. Over to you, Tia Mudi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dipesh. The timing sequence is 4 to 6 minutes, meaning the lightning sequence is green at 4, yellow at 5, and red at 6. The buzzer will sound at 6.5 minutes. The speaker is a finance professional and his hobbies are reading books, sports such as cricket. Let's welcome Toastmaster Ravindra. Self-introduction, Toastmaster Ravindra.
Am I audible? Am I visible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Timer, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Life is a challenge, and the way to challenge is to ask ourselves, to come and ask ourselves, what is the next right move? So my next right move is to face my public speaking fear. Somewhere I have heard that face the fear and fear will disappear. With this my icebreaker speech, I am going to face my fear by facing the fear. Good evening, presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, and my fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. In 1984, 24 Jan, when sun arrived in the sky, my parents blessed with their youngest kid. That was me, Ravindra. So for them, sun became a Ravi and Ravi became a sun. My father, he's a retired army person. My mother, she's a housemaker. I have an elder brother and elder sister. I have completed my schooling from government school from first standard to fourth standard. And for better education, my father sent us to private school. I had enjoyed my schooling days a lot because that time I used to do just playing and studying. After my 10th board exam, I chose commerce stream. In my college days, I used to play cricket, volleyball, and I used to read a lot of books. After completing my graduation, I have done my master's and PG diploma in accounts and finance. And then I started my career with small IT firm. There I was working as an account assistant. After 2 years, I was the lead accountant over there. I followed one principle in my life that I ask myself on time to time basis, what is the next right move? So after completing 3 years, I decided to change my job. And then I, I got a dream opportunity to work with Dubai based company. And that opportunity, I grabbed it. It was a very tough and brave decision for me and my family because before no one from our family had gone abroad before. So it was tough decision. But in that 2-year tenure, I learned a lot from my first foreign land job. I have seen different world in that 2 years, which gives me a lot of confidence. Then I came back to India and I joined Vodafone. Hey, hold on. I know what's coming into your mind. Do not scold me or call me if you're not getting Vodafone or Idea range. Currently, I'm working with Vodafone as a manager in a Vodafone Financial Service Center. Now let me tell you about my wife and my wonderful wife and my charming son. In 2015, I met my wife, Manjusha. And she's my wonderful wife and she's a wonderful mother of my six-month-old son. Life was going well and good. But in 2016, there was I lost my father. He couldn't survive after severe heart attack, and their life suddenly changed drastically. But by the God of grace, me and my family had overcome from that tragedy. And few months back, again, as per our theme, I introspect myself and again ask, what is the next right move? Then I decided to come out from my comfort zone and kill my public speaking fear. Then I joined Toastmaster. And today I'm here to kill my public speaking fear. Thank you. Thank you. And back to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. A very inspiring story you have, and also you have shared how introspection can help you to get insights and how you work towards it. Now, moving ahead to the third speech. The third speaker will attempt level 1 project 2 from dynamic leadership in pathways. The evaluator for this speech is Toastmaster Manu. I request Toastmaster Manu to read out the objective of the speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Manu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vibha. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received from his or her first speech. All the best, Toastmaster Shubham. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
The time allowed for this speech is 5 to 7 minutes, meaning the lightning sequence is green at 5, yellow at 6, and red at 7. A buzzer will sound at 7.5 minutes. The speaker is a product manager in an IT company, and his hobbies are traveling, running, and trekking. Let's welcome Toastmaster Shubham. My learning of Toastmasters, Toastmaster Shubham.
So am I audible and visible to all?
Yes, you are.
Timer, please start the time. We all see graphs in our daily life. Some see in news channels, some see in reports, and some see in newspapers. And we notice one thing, the graph trend lines never goes in a straight line. It always goes like ups and downs. So today I let you know about my Toastmaster journey trend line. That's when my trajectory of graph take a shot when I stumble upon Toastmasters. Good evening, presiding officer, fellow Toastmaster, dear guest, and district officers. So for that, I have to take you to some years back in 2017 when I heard first time of Toastmasters. In one rainy day, like these days, me and my friend sitting in college canteen doing some random chit chats, and suddenly he told me, "Hey Shubham, do you know about Toastmasters?" I was eating samosa and I was like, no, what is it? It sounds very boring, like our moral science classes where teacher teaches how to behave with people. Then he told me, no, my friend, it's awesome thing you have. I will tell you about this. And I was like, no, I don't want to hear you anymore. Just because last week you take me to an MLM workshop and just by saying to me, this is entrepreneur's thing, and you burned my 3 hours. So today I don't want to hear anything from you. This thing is going on and story is getting over 1 year older, and this time I was in my final year. This is 2018. Same similar one day we are roaming in the college, and today we are in a very famous place of college. We call it library. And at that day, I take one book from librarian named How to Think for Good Mind by Napoleon Hill. At the time I take the book, my friend is near me and he said me, do you remember? I will told you about Toastmasters last year. And I was, do you remember? I told you I don't want to hear anything about that. And he was like, but I have one fact. I think you have to hear it. And he said me, the book you have in your hand, this is written by Napoleon Hill. It's best-selling book. And Napoleon Hill is one of the famous Toastmaster of all time. And yesterday you sent me one video of one comedian named Apur Gupta. He also started his journey of public speaking from Toastmaster. That changed my mind. And I was like, so it's not any kind of classes or any kind of thing. It's platform like Joe's Talks where we got a stage and where we practice our public speaking skills. Yes. Can you tell me more about it? And he was like, yes. So it's public speaking leadership development platform And as you are struggling with your startup and you are doing efforts for your YouTube channel for Technovision, and you created video for Udemy, for that you need command in your communication skills. And for this, I think it's good stage. If you want to try, you will go for it. His words make sense for me. After that day, I start searching about Toastmasters, but in my hometown, it's no where Toastmasters Club is there. Then a story came 1 year more older, and it's 2019. I moved to Pune in month of June for my new journey of MBA. And during my orientation program, I have one thing in my mind. I'll visit Toastmasters Club and explore what's going on, what is the thing, how they can teach me, how I learn public speaking skills. Is there any classes, or what is self-paced program? So to exploring this thing, I fill 3 to 4 query forms, and that time I got reply back from one person of Bani Toastmasters Club. He's here in the meeting. He told me each and everything about Bani Toastmasters Club, and he told me every Saturday 4 to 6:15 their meeting time is there. So if I want to join their club, or if I want to explore Toastmasters world, so I have to be there. I planned this for like next 3 months, and my plan is not succeeded. But then one day after 3 months, I jumped to SKP campus at 4:10, and at that time, TMOD addresses started, and one people seated in the gate, and he told me you have to wait for some minutes. After some minutes, he called me inside the room, and at that time, one thing came in my mind: is it really like some of our school classes where people teaches us? But after some time, and that person is Sa. After some time, he came to me and gave me a paper where I have to write feedback about the speaker, but I not know anything about this. Then table topic session is going on, and I got the chance to speak for 30 seconds in round robin. After that day, after 1 month, and I came again for this meeting, and that day I am on time, and from started I am enjoying the meeting, and table topic master called me for a table topic speech, and the topic was age is just a number. And one number that came in my mind was after 45 minutes, after 45 seconds, I am blackout and I don't know how I can deal with this table topic. Then after this day is going on, and my MBA journey is going on, then my internship is started. I'm going to the workplace, and at the time of proposing the idea to my reporting manager, I realized the communication skill is required to propose my idea in front of anyone. So I choose to join Toastmaster, and I joined Bani Toastmasters Club that time. And then lockdown is going on, and I texted the same person how meeting is going on, and meeting is started online. But after joining the club, I am chilling, and I am not attending any meeting for the 1 month. Then I got the call from VP Education. He encourages me to take a role for the meeting. I take the role of SA, and slowly I get connected with the peoples and the other members. Then I got new finding XCOM, and I also got that it's a fixed tenure. And by luck, the VPPR of that time encouraged me to take VPPR role, and I filled the nomination. After joining the executive committee, I got the big picture that also gives me dots by connecting them. And I'm getting lots of insight from this role. And about the Toastmasters, about the clubs, division, and each and everything. And the most important part is I started exploring myself with help of these roles by doing several roles for club, area, and in our meeting. And today in front of you, I'm presenting you my story from not listening about Toastmaster to become an active listener. And the Toastmaster is the only stage where we got the option of listening listening and speaking. And we got great opportunity of explore ourselves with the help of different roles. So conclusion is we have to explore yourself and we have to hear yourself. So start exploring yourself with Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shubham. A wonderful roller coaster journey you have explained to us whether to join or not. So let's have the timers report now. Toastmaster Shankar, can you give us the exact timing reports for all the 3 speakers?
Or you can mention the who was qualified for voting.
Toastmaster Shankar, are you there?
Yeah, sorry. So Toastmaster Apeksha and Ramita are qualified, while Shubham took 8 minutes and 58 seconds.
Okay, so Toastmaster Shubham is not qualified and rest 2 speakers are qualified. Now,
Yes.
I'd like to call Sa to cast the vote to launch the poll for best speaker.
1 second.
I would like to request the audience to please vote for the best speaker. Is it done, Toastmaster Santosh?
Yes.
Great. So just a minute, let me share my screen. Are you able to see my screen? Is my screen
One
visible?
thing that really impressed me that your confidence and
Yes, Vibha.
and
So now
smile
we know
throughout
self-awareness
the
is
speech.
about internal and external.
Reviews. So well structured, well delivered, confident through confident like a
Someone,
school.
could you please unmute yourself?
Consider my 2 tips. Believe me, your journey of the speaker
Master Santosh?
confident.
Cool. Okay. So now we know self-awareness is about knowing yourself and also knowing what others sees you. Based on that, Dr. Tasha, who is the author of the book Insights, has given this self-awareness framework, wherein she has mentioned and described how self-awareness, internal and external self-awareness in all together help us to be aware and develop ourselves in this, develop our self-awareness skill and develop as a person as well. So from this table, you can see how low, if a person have low external self-awareness and high internal self-awareness, he is an introspector. He is clear with his thoughts. He knows what are his aspirations, but he don't challenge his views or search for blind spots by getting feedback from his colleagues. On the other side of the table, if you look at the people who are pleasers, people who have high external self-awareness but low internal self-awareness. These people are so focused on appearing a certain way to others. They could be overlooking and they just suppress their own thoughts and beliefs. And just opposite to that, if you look at how internal and high internal and high external self-awareness. These people are highly aware. They know internally, they know externally, they know how to help themselves to build a successful goal plan to become better in his career, live a happier life, and how to accomplish their goals. So I hope this framework has helped you to identify how these internal and external self-awarenesses help us to understand us better. Moving ahead, just a minute. So let's talk about internal self-awareness. Now we know what are the self-awarenesses, but how we can improve these self-awareness. So the first thing is internal self-awareness, and it is more about introspection and insight. We can easily self-aware if someone asks us to evaluate ourselves based on some 0 to 10 scale on communication skill. So this communication skill is just a vague parameter, but in order to identify what are the traits within it, we must understand how and what are the traits a effective communicator can have. So similarly, a better introspection, and based on that introspections, we should find out or transform that introspection into insights in order to be fully, truly self-aware. And how we can do that? In 1988, Graham Gibbs has given a Gibbs reflection cycle that tells us how to transform, how to translate introspection into insights. Just take any past experience and think about it. Go through this Gibbs reflection cycle. What happened? What were you thinking and feeling at that moment? What were good or bad about the experience? So these 3 points are your reflection on the past experience. And these next 3 points are your thoughts or your retrospection around the incident happened. That is analysis, wherein you analyze what sense can you make of the situation, what else could have done better, and if that arouse again, what would you do? So that's a wonderful Gibbs reflection cycle. I have also gone through, applied this cycle to evaluate, to analyze my to evaluate or to make me aware of myself. I request everyone to please go through it once, and it is really helpful. So that is it. Now we'll talk about the strengths and the skills to build up these internal and external self-awareness after some time. Just a minute. Now I would like to call someone who is who loves speaking, who is our one of our division director, who works as a sales analyst with Mahindra and Mahindra. Let's welcome Toastmaster Sanjay for the next section of this meeting, that is impromptu speaking. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanjay.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Vibha. Am I clearly audible and visible?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. I have a perfect example for an impromptu situation. My laptop just went off a few minutes back. I was juggling hard and looking at what I really need to be doing. Should I continue from my mobile phone? Should I try restarting Zoom? So on and so forth. Well, totally unplanned, right? That's exactly how the next few minutes of this session is going to be. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the impromptu speaking part of a Toastmasters meeting, which I love the most, obviously, when I'm on the table topics master of side and not really on the speaking front. I hope all of you will enjoy this as much as I and everyone else who's just going to listen does. We're going to split this into 2 parts. The first one is going to be called a round robin. How many of you have played pass the parcel in a social gathering? There is a ball or there's a cushion that's being given and you need to pass it. Yeah, a lot of us have done that. We're going to do something similar. Well, the only advantage is I'm not going to ask you to dance or sing if you stop speaking. As we pass on the baton and as you have to speak, what we're really going to do, I'm going to request the timer to share his or who's the timer? My bad. Just a minute. I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah, Shankar. Yes, I'm sorry about that, Shankar. So I'll request timer Shankar to share his screen with the Google timer for 15 seconds. For the benefit of everyone, I'd like to reiterate the round robin section is this part of the section where everyone gets to speak for 15 seconds max, nothing less, nothing more, 15 seconds. At 15 seconds, you may stop speaking, else I will ask the host to mute you. And I will give the sequence. I will call out the name of the person who has to speak next. I'll start off with a story and you can really build upon it. Here's the catch for today's round robin section is when I start the story, every time you speak, you have to introduce a new character. So I will start off with a story saying, once upon a time in a club named Baner, there was a handsome boy named Nishant. And this is the character that I have introduced. So you can introduce more characters as we go along. As I'm going to pass it on to you, can introduce more characters. I hope it's clear. If it's clear, wonderful. Even if it's not clear, all the more wonderful. Timer Toastmaster Shankar, may I request you to share your screen, please?
Toastmaster Sanjay, I'm calling from my cell phone. I'm using my cell phone Zoom application. So I guess there is some glitch.
Okay, that's okay.
Can you share, Sanjay, can you share your timing screen?
I can do that. Just a minute. I'll share my
Yeah.
timer screen. Allow me a moment to gather on.
Yes.
Meanwhile, just quickly get this checked. Yeah, please confirm if my screen is visible.
Yes, it is, Sanjay.
Okay, okay. I hope all of you can see only the timer screen and not your not a few of our colleagues' faces here. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. I will just need help with regards to getting the participant list. I have it ready, and okay, I am the timer. I am ready. Toastmaster Sanjay, timer, are you ready? Yes, I am. I hope all of us are going to participate and have a lot of fun in the round robin section. It was a gloomy Sunday morning. When I woke up, I saw there was a dinosaur right in front of me. I did not know whether I should exclaim in excitement or shout in fear. Just about when I was open to Toastmaster Apeksha.
And just when I entered that zoo, I saw a small elephant and he was just trying to fight with that dinosaur. And in that fight was really, really very funny. Sometimes they were like doing back and forth, and then there I saw someone else entering.
All right, guest Yash. We have someone by the name Yash Vyas. Will you be able to speak? Okay, Toastmaster Divyesh.
Yes. So next I see Toastmaster Santosh is giving speech against the monkeys in the zoo, and suddenly one monkey jump out of the and he was started fighting with the Santosh. Okay.
Toastmaster Santosh.
Yes, as I start deliver my speech on monkey, and I highlighted many good quality and not so good quality of monkey. Some point monkey is not ready with me, and he's not listen my evaluation and ready to. Yeah.
Toastmaster Ravindra.
Yeah. So when I saw the dinosaur, I was happy that because we was not in that era when the dinosaur was alive in this earth, but now I can see that dinosaur, and I call up to my friends to come fast over here to see the dinosaur.
Toastmaster Priya.
While the evaluation was going on in for Toastmaster Santosh, and Ravindra was excited about seeing the dinosaur, I saw Toastmaster Aditi sitting on the elephant, and she wanted to take a ride there to around the zoo.
Toastmaster Gitika.
And seeing all dinosaur and monkeys and Santosh evaluating. At that time I was so scared and immediately called Iron Man, and immediately Iron Man came and he helped all of us to come out of the situation so that we are not scared of dinosaur.
Toastmaster Shubham.
So in this scenario of dinosaur, Iron Man, all this thing, I only remembered one thing, that was Kong versus Godzilla. And I remember this thing, the meme in that one teddy bear is taking baseball stick and running behind Toastmaster Santosh.
We have someone by the name Apurva. Apurva, if I'm pronouncing it right. Apurva, guest Apurva, or Toastmaster Apurva, would you like to speak? You'll have to unmute. Okay, Toastmaster Vibha.
So when I saw the dinosaur, I didn't get scared because recently I have seen a movie, The Good Dinosaur. And after that, I have seen 2 more dinosaurs were coming with Daenerys Targaryen over it. So I was very happy. Finally, I got the chance to meet the 3 dinosaurs and the mother of the dinosaur.
Toastmaster Narayan.
Yeah, and the dinosaurs were very pretty, and some of them were very dangerous as well. But I saw certain dinosaurs which are very friendly and are herbivores, something like that. So I just joined them to witness some.
Okay, Toastmaster Shubham.
I think I delivered, Sanjay.
Okay, yes, that was me checking. All right, my bad. Toastmaster Aditi.
Yeah. So I'm sitting on an elephant and I was screaming how I can save myself. In the meantime, the phoenix came in between and I jumped on him and went.
Okay, Toastmaster Nishant.
And I was just sitting there and introspected, and I remembered that this situation can get dangerous. So it will be wise for me to call my knight in shining armor. That was Toastmaster Sanjay, who showed up in that situation and rescued me from that situation. And I must say, he's my go-to knight in shining armor forever.
Okay, Toastmaster Manu.
Seeing dinosaurs fight between elephant and dinosaur, I saw one lion was there and he was seeing all this and he was surprised to see Toastmaster Santosh evaluating all this. He said, okay, I know you are the president of Toastmasters Club, but here I am the president.
Okay, final call for passengers Yash and Apurva. Are you here? If not, the plane will take off and we will all wake up from our dreams of dinosaurs. Thank you so much. I will stop sharing my screen. Let us have a good round of applause for all of us. And please give me one extra round of applause for that multitasking and a little mess up there. Great. Timer, Toastmasters of the day, or presiding officer. Can one of you help me with if we can take a break, and if we can, for how long are we going to take the break?
Yes, definitely. You have done a great job. So you can take the break, and all of us also take the break. We can take break 3 minutes.
Okay, thank you so much. We get 3 minutes to turn off our video. For the ones whose videos are already off, you can turn your video on.
Yes, we can.
Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the 3-minute break. Well, as such, we're all on a break because we're online. We're sitting comfortably at our homes, not really moving around. I know, I bet all of you must be getting goosebumps when I talk about the time when you have to get up on stage and then speak. And especially when it's time for table topics, everyone's hiding their faces while they can't really because everyone's out there in the open. Praying that, no, please don't call me on stage. Table topics master, please don't call me on stage. Today, it's going to be all the more exciting because I'm not going to give you topics. Yes, you heard it right. It is a table topic session, but I'm not going to give you topics. We are going to do something different, something unusual. Have any of you ever participated in something called an air crash? Has anyone participated in an air crash? Aditi, Nishant, Manu. Can I have your videos on, please? Don't find me like that teacher in school, but I love it to see if everyone, oh yes, everything goes on in no time. Kitika, Manu, Apurva, yes, I'm sure your video will be on in no time. Great. So the fact that none of you have played air crash or participated in an air crash before. Oh my God, you talk about an air crash and look who's joined the meeting. Toastmaster Amit is here. Wonderful. We're going to do something called an air crash. And here's this scenario. I'm not going to repeat this for each person who speaks. The scenario is the same. There's something that is going to change. Amit in a train. Yeah, thank you so much for clarifying that, Amit. I'm not going to let you speak. We are talking about an air crash though. Now, this is the situation. All of our videos are on. We are all traveling together on the same flight. You can call the flight Barnier Toastmasters Club. You can call it whatever you want. And this is the idea. So there are certain disclaimers or rules before we really start off. Number one, no one's going to question logic. No one is going to raise their hand or type a message in the chat box and say, hey, this doesn't happen in real life.
Hello?
I think we lost it.
I think I had a small network glitch. Yeah, the airplane hasn't crashed yet. So I was saying the second part is we are going to have our thinking hats on. We really need to be creative as we can and as innovative as we can. We will have scope for acting, so on and so forth. Here's the situation. We're all traveling together in an airplane. Suddenly the pilot announces that the airplane is going to crash, but there is only one parachute that is available on board. Now, you as an individual have to convince everyone. Yeah, so we are 20 of us or 16 of us who are traveling together aboard the same flight. You have to convince the remaining 15 why you deserve the parachute in 2 to 3 minutes. In 1 to 2 minutes, the timing remains the same. We will have the green card go up at 1, the yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, the red card at 2, and yes, at 2 minutes 30 seconds, you will be disqualified from voting. Are we clear? Yeah, we're all traveling together on an airplane. The flight is going to crash. There is only one parachute. You need to tell us why you deserve the parachute. Well, it comes with a small twist. When I say you need to convince, it is not you, Toastmaster Nishant or Santosh or Shubham or Priya. I'm going to give you the name of a character. Sounds good? Yeah. So you are not you, but you are you, the you that I'm going to mention. Who'd like to go ahead first? I have one volunteer with me. You want me to start off with a volunteer, or do we have any more volunteers? Because that person has already played a role. If there's anyone who's not spoken, I don't see anyone. We could have had Amit, but he's in a train and he can't do TT. All right, we'll go to the person who's nominated, Toastmaster Priya. Yes, okay. Now, again, another disclaimer is any resemblance or any coincidence to any person living or dead is purely fictional. Please do not blame or sue me later. Toastmaster Priya, you know the situation. We're all traveling together in an airplane. Timer, I hope you're ready with the timing cards. You need to have the green card come up at 1, the yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds, and the red at 2. Toastmaster Priya, you as Mr. Rahul Gandhi need to convince all of us why you deserve the parachute.
Okay, I can start. Dear Presiding Officer, CGD, Toastmaster of the Day, and guests. So I just got my tray of food, my meal in the airplane, and there comes the air hostess with her calm voice. कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, हम air crash की situation में हैं, and with her calm voice, she was just giving some very, very scary situation. I, as Rahul Gandhi, I am just hogging my food right now because it was really tasty, and after a very long time I got an opportunity to travel by plane, and I just didn't want to leave my tray, but I also wanted to get out of the plane because there was a session that I was attending, a meeting where I was the speaker after a very long time. This PM Modi just doesn't give me any time, so this was after a very long time I wanted to do this speech of mine because I had really prepared for it and learned it by heart. Hello, everyone. You know, I am the next PM. I'm going to be the next PM. You know, your Modi, PM Modi currently has not really worked out well in the situation of COVID. but I'm going to do very well for all of you. And for you to give me a chance, you need to let me the parachute here so that I can save my life and save the country for all of you with this COVID. Thank you. Here is my parachute and I'm flying away. Thank you.
Wonderful. Let's have a round of applause for Mr. Rahul Gandhi, aka Toastmaster Priya, who's also the Sergeant Arms. I'm sure all of us have now gotten the hang of it, and it's going to be a little easier. You may who's going up next? Yeah, now it's easy. Everyone knows. Toastmaster Santosh, you are playing double roles. There's no one else. Okay, we'll go ahead with you, Toastmaster Santosh, and then we'll have a few others speak. Toastmaster Santosh, you are Baba Ramdev, and you have to convince all of us why you need to be given the parachute.
Okay. Presiding officer, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. Today, I am Baba Ramdev. Karo, hone se hoga. I was actually into the plane today after a very long time, and I am doing my number of asanas. Sudden I got, oh, plane is going to crash. Oh, I think I should have the right to take this parachute because I am more precious. Reason that asan, I will teach many asan to all my country people so that they can do always into the asan and focus only and only in good things. If I will die, so who will tell the asan? Who will make the popular Ayurveda, and who will say that करने से तो होगा, करो, कुछ लो, कुछ दो, कुछ अंदर ले लो. And after, if I will not tell that after taking some breath, and I will not tell if you have to leave the breath, then the person will not leave and they will die. So if you want to save the country, if you want to save the health of people, if you want to save the Ayurveda, let me jump first through the parachute. Over to table topic master.
Thank you so much, Baba Ramdev. We will all follow your asanas to live longer. That was wonderful. Next up, I would like to call Toastmaster Narayanan.
Yeah.
Yes. Toastmaster Narayanan, do you know the person named Mr. Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Yes. So you are Mr. Donald Trump, and you need to convince all of us why you deserve the parachute.
Okay. Good evening, presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and their guests. I am Donald Trump. I have just, after a busy schedule, I have just boarded the plane. But in the current situation, the air hostess are telling that the plane is going to crash. So I have a busy schedule in my agenda, and mostly the Bin Laden administration is going to get over soon. So I will be becoming the next president of US. So I have a lot of things on my agenda, and for this I should be given the first priority to get this parachute so that I can fly safely and land on Earth and do a lot of major reshuffle things, major things in US administration. So please give me the parachute so that I can serve my country and ensure that the Americans are not confused by the Laden administration. Over to you, table topics master.
Thank you so much, Mr. Donald Trump. That was wonderful. Can we have a good round of applause for him, please? Yes, I hope all of us are enjoying the activity of air crash. If you are not, you can raise your hand and speak next. You will definitely start enjoying. Who would like to go ahead next? And I had a look at the agenda. It looks like, yes, Shankar, I see your hand is raised. I have a lot of time. I see that the agenda has allowed me time till 5:28. So I'm going to go on and on, timer, Toastmaster of the day and everything. Toastmaster Shankar, have you heard of this famous song called Pink Scooter? Or have you heard of the song called Selfie Maine Le Li Aaj? Have you heard of that, Toastmaster Shankar? You're speaking on mute. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I heard the song.
Okay, you know who the singer is?
Selfie mini lily. Yeah, Pooja.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Yeah.
You made my life easy. I would have had to pick another character then. You, as Dinchak Pooja, have to convince all of us why you need to be given the parachute. Toastmaster Shankar, all yours.
Good evening, fellow members and guests. So my role, I'm playing as a Pooja, Dinchak Pooja. So the flight attendant has just announced that there is only one parachute available. So I as a Pooja Dinchak know the song which will help to reduce the corona patients in India. If I land, I can save your family members, our country, or you can say the entire world with my song. Even Tansen is my big fan. So ideally, I should get the parachute to save the world. Over to you. Thank you.
That was short and sweet. We were all expecting a song from Dinchak Pooja. Nevertheless, thank you so much, Toastmaster Shankar. That was wonderful. Yeah, who would like to go ahead next? And I'll give you a clue. I want someone who's a movie buff, a Bollywood freak maybe. And looking at how the time has been going, I think everyone can speak. Huh? The general evaluator is going to be very happy with me giving a chance to all of the members to speak on a table topic. Toastmaster Ravindra?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you watch a lot of movies?
Yes.
Have you watched the movie Fir Hera Fairy?
Yes.
So can you guess which character I'm talking about?
Character quickly, I am not able to remember, but about Paresh Rawal character.
Absolutely. So you are Babu Bhaiya with the specs out and the person looking this way. You, as Babu Bhaiya, Toastmaster Ravindra, please convince us why you need to be given the parachute. All yours.
उठा ले रे बाबा उठा ले मेरे को नहीं रे इन लोगों को. So I wanted to be alive because I am the person who can create a humor and I can entertain all of you. So please give me that parachute because I will entertain everyone and everyone. I will reduce all your stress and I will make your life happy and more enjoyable. So please give that parachute to me. I am the only person who is most famous in India or in the world as well. So no one is able, uh, no one is I am the person who is most liable to live in this world or in this earth, which will entertain everyone. So please give that life jacket to me, and I will give that life parachute to me, and I will fly now. Thank you. Bye bye.
Well, I give you plus 100,000, 10,000, as many points as you want for your opening statement. Uthale re baba uthale, which obviously will translate. Language evaluator can make note of that. That was wonderful. Next up, can we have someone who's a cartoon buff, who loves watching a lot of cartoons or at least knows some cartoon characters? I'm sure a lot of us have watched cartoons. Apeksha and Vibha. Okay, Vibha, I'll come to you next. Apeksha will have you going. Yeah, Toastmaster Apeksha, have you watched this very amazing and funny cartoon series called Shin Chan? Okay, yes, so you guessed it right. As Shin Chan, you need to convince all of us why you need to be given the parachute. Toastmaster Apeksha.
Good evening, everyone, to Area Master, presiding fellow officers, and our Toastmaster of the day. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. So today, the character given to me is Shinchan. As you have already seen, and everyone has known, Shinchan is the one being a character as a person, as a character. He is very nice, chirpy, helpful. Like in terms of he like in terms of him, he helps everyone, but no one wants to take help from him. So it's like he is the one who entertains. So I can I can entertain anyone. I can make your life miserable. I'm making your life miserable now. So I'm just jumping out of this plane by having this life jacket. All the thanks. Bye.
Okay, that was quick. Thank you so much. Just reconfirming with the timer, the Toastmaster of the day. Are we good to go ahead with few more topics or should we wrap up?
Yes, we can go ahead.
Okay. So I see that the time allowed on the agenda is still 5:28. We can take 2-3 more topics, and this is where I'm in an impromptu spot again. Toastmaster Vibha, would you like to go ahead next?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Just a moment. Toastmaster Vibha, do you watch cartoon characters? Or do you watch cartoon series as such?
Cartoon movies.
Cartoon movies, animated movies. Yeah, my bad, I stand corrected. Okay, so you are a minion and you need to convince all of us why you need to be given the parachute. You are a minion. I hope you watched the movie Despicable Me part 1, 2, 3.
Many times.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, then great. Toastmaster Vibha, please convince us why you need to be given the parachute.
This one is a bit tricky because minions, they don't know how to speak. They only speak banana, banana. So as a minion, I'll quickly go to the attendant and hold her hand and tell, banana, banana, please, banana. And with a cutest faced puppy face, I'll request her to give me that parachute. I'll hold that parachute and look at her like we see how a puppy face looks like. So that is how I am planning to request the attendant to give me that parachute. Thank you.
Yes, that's exactly how minions would speak if they were allowed and given a chance to maybe convince why they deserve the parachute. But thank you so much, Toastmaster Vibha, for doing that. Welcome, Toastmaster Anand. We really appreciate your commitment and the fact that you've joined despite being in office. We are having something called the air crash, where all of the members are really simulating, imagining, and going ahead. Who would like to go ahead next? We have a few more minutes and a few more characters. Toastmaster Gitika. Okay, wonderful. I see you smiling already, and so am I. Toastmaster Gitika, you are Salman Khan, and you need to convince us why you.
No, I just hate him. Please, not Salman Khan. I will never require a parachute if I am Salman Khan. Anything else.
So that's the challenge now. That's the challenge for you.
All right, Gitika for Salman Khan, everyone. Let's do that. Toastmaster Gitika, ask Salman Khan, please convince us why you need to be given the parachute.
Dabang, 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 dabang. Oh, hair hostess, come here. See, I'm Salman Khan. Though I'm the worst person, but you have to help me to grow the economy of Hollywood, Bollywood. And I am here. If you save me, I will give you a lot of being human t-shirts. Come on, you have to save me. Give me that parachute I need, because the bung, I am the bung. So where are we going? Are we crashing? No. I don't want to go at this like this. Please help me. I want to go. I want to do some more poaching, and I want to make some more being human t-shirts. So I'll give you so many t-shirts if you save me. I'll give to Rahul Gandhi. I'll give to minions. Everyone, I'll provide t-shirts. Come on. You have to give me that parachute, the last left parachute, because I am the only one, and I am going to help you. I can give you whatever you want, because I am Dabang. Thank you.
Okay, great. Let's have a good round of applause for Gitika. Well, it's all the more tricky, and I love it when people hate a particular character or don't know about that character and you ask them to enact or convince why they deserve that parachute. Great. We can take two more people. We are at 5:22, and yeah, you know we're all suckers for time. If given extra time, we'd love to have as many topics as we can. We'll have two more people speak before we have the final comments. Who would like to go ahead next? Okay, we have Toastmaster Aditi. All right, Toastmaster Aditi, when Rahul Gandhi is here, I think it's obvious that we also have our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. As Mr. Narendra Modi, please convince us why you need to be given the parachute. Toastmaster Aditi.
मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, अगर तुम्हें आगे जाना है तो मुझे तो सेव करना ही पड़ेगा. So I am the one who can save the country, and bet me no one other can save you from this situation. I'm here to grow you, grow our economy and everything. So I'm your savior. So before that, please save me. Yes, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Again, a bonus point for you for the way you started getting into the character of our Honorable Prime Minister. Great, thank you so much, Toastmaster Aditi. May I now request Toastmaster Nishant, would you like to go ahead for a topic, please? Toastmaster Nishant, General Evaluator, you cannot be missing from the meeting at any point in time. Okay, great, we have you here. Toastmaster Nishant, can you unmute, please? You've been spotlighted. Thank you so much for whoever has done that. Wonderful. I'm sure we've all watched the movie The Three Idiots, have we? Yeah, we've all watched the movie The Three Idiots, and we have someone by the name Chatur Ramalingam, aka Silencer. So, Toastmaster Nishant, as Chatur Ramalingam or Silencer, please convince us why you need to be given the parachute, keeping in mind this is a Toastmasters meeting. Over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Now, all of you know I am Chatur, and I am the second most smartest guy in ICE. Now, how can I be of useful if I get the parachute? Now, I'm an engineer. I'll think about it technically, and I'll say, let me jump. Then one person can hold my one leg, other person can hold my another leg. Similarly, we can form a chain like that. And when we form a chain like that, we'll be able to jump together as a unit and then fall. But remember, there's one guy who will never be part of this, and that is Rancho. Why? Because he's Funsuk Wangdu. He can figure it out how he has to be saved. But all of us can be saved if you rely on me. Why? Because even virus relied on me when it came to the Teachers' Day celebration. So I'm pretty sure even you can rely on me. So let's form a chain like that and fall off the sky and save our lives. But one thing is definitely there. Hold me tight because I have very short legs and I'm pretty sure you will lose the grip of me. So let us all jump together and save ourselves from this plane crash. And please, Toastmaster Sanjay, enjoy on your plane and let us enjoy our crash. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
I was on mute. That was wonderful. Let's have a good round of applause. I see already everyone had applauded. We have 2 more minutes to go, and here are my closing comments. I hope all of you enjoyed the air crash, and I hope we never get a situation where an airplane is crashing and where we have to fight with each other for one parachute. Yet, that's the feeling when we are given impromptu topics, when we're in impromptu situations, when we don't want to face those questions, yet we are given them. Well, the 4 skills that are extremely important. We all heard that right here. Listening, be an active listener in all situations across. Thinking, all of us did think as to how that character would speak, how that character would react, what are the traits of the character. Organizing, I am sure everyone had a million thoughts in their mind, and to finalize which ones to pick to really organize, put them in structure was an important task. And obviously the 4th part being delivery. I hope all of you enjoyed the air crash. To many more impromptu situations that you would face them with a snap like you did in air crash right now. Thank you so much, everyone. That was my time as your table topics master or the impromptu speaking section organizer today. Back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Vibha. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanjay. Now I would like to call Toastmaster Shankar for the time report.
Thank you. So Toastmaster Priya, Santosh, Narayanan, and Nishant are qualified, and our others were below 1 minute.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Santosh. Now I would like to call Sergeant at Arms to launch the poll for best table topic speaker. And I would request audience to please vote for the best table topic speaker.
Shankar, can you repeat one more time? Qualified or
Toastmaster Priya, Santosh, Narayanan, and Nishant.
Okay, thank you.
So let Toastmaster Santosh upload the sheet. Till then, we can talk more about self-awareness. Just a minute, let me share my screen. I hope you guys are able to see my screen.
Yes.
So in order to strengthen your self-awareness skills, there are various tools and practices that we should follow. One of them is use objective evaluation criteria. We should not vaguely quantify the self-evaluation skills. We need some evaluation criteria based on which we can evaluate our skills. Second point is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of understanding your feelings, your thoughts as they occur without judgment or reaction. The best way to practice mindfulness is to have something in your hand, let's say a walnut in your hand, and think of how it feels. What is the shape of it, how it smells, and the touch, the feeling which you get from this. Now the third point is reframing. If you remember, I have mentioned the Gibbs review cycle earlier, wherein given an incident, we analyze and introspect the incident and find out insights out of it. This is something similar to that. Just reframe that incident and check how you can make it better and how you can react on that particular situation if it arises at next time. And the last one is check-ins. To be self-aware, you should know how you interact with others. And in order to know that, you'll have to get in touch with your colleagues, your fellow members. So for that, frequent check-ins is important in order to develop or identify or understand yourself better. Moving ahead to strengthen your external self-awareness skills. The best way to do that is the feedback practice. We rarely go to someone and ask for feedback. Somewhere we feel that we might be lacking somewhere, lacking, and the feedback won't be good for us. But what actually happens, consider feedback as a gift. Let's take an example when someone comes to your home with gifts. How you treat them. Toastmaster Santosh, how you treat someone if someone comes to your home with gifts?
Basically with the full of respect and try to think whatever he and she like.
Great. So similarly, feedback. If someone is asking or someone is going to give you feedback, just talk to them graciously, greet them graciously, because they are in a way going to help you. Just receive whatever they have for you, reflect on that, and respond accordingly. And the second way to improve is to open to other perspectives. Lots of people cannot have many people have different perspectives, and you cannot rely on only one's views for you. So given an example, there is an elephant and 6 blind people have been asked to tell how an elephant looks like. They have different perspectives. The one who was standing just opposite, just near the tail, he told it is like a rope. Similarly, one said it is like a fan. different people have different views, and it is up to us how we perceive it. One person's feedback is a perception. Two people's feedback, two persons' feedback is a pattern, and three people's feedback is a fact. So get the feedback from different peoples, from different backgrounds, and understand yourself better. So that is it about self-awareness, and I feel I have told you enough about it. Now what's next? Now we are aware of ourselves. We know how internally and externally self-aware we are. What next? We can look at our strengths and values. In what are the skill sets on which we are good at? And based on those skill sets, we can identify meaningful goals, create an action plans, and start your development journey. And that is which I have shown you at the start, the development ladder. If you are clear with the first step, you can easily move ahead to the step into the next step. That is it from this self-awareness part. Now move ahead to the next section of this meeting, that is the evaluation. And for the evaluation, I would like to call someone who is a MBA student from Christ University. He likes, his hobbies are binge watching. Please welcome Toastmaster Nishant. Toastmaster Nishant, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vibha. Now, few minutes
Toastmaster Nishant, with your respect, can we launch the poll of table
back.
topic?
Oh, yes, please go ahead.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Are you able to see the poll?
Yes, we are, but I'm not able to submit.
Yeah, we couldn't submit.
Some problem?
Yeah, submit option is not visible.
Select the last two, any one of the last two, and the submit button will pop up. Means these blank entries also we need to select. Just try it out. I am able to submit now.
Yes, now we can.
I can also.
Toastmaster Santosh, are we done with the voting?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Now, I was saying, Toastmaster Vibha talked about how feedback plays a crucial role when it comes to self-awareness. Similarly, when it comes to Toastmasters, evaluation becomes a crucial role when we want to level up or go ahead or upgrade as a speaker or as a Toastmaster. So today we'll have two parts of evaluation. First will be the speaker's evaluation, which will be done by three wonderful evaluators of the club, which will be then followed by role players reports, which will be evaluating different parameters of the meeting. So let me begin with the first segment of the evaluation, that is speech evaluation. For this timer note, we have timing of 2 to 3 minutes. That is green card pops up when it's 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes you have yellow, red at 3, and 3.5 minutes you have a buzzer for every evaluator who comes on stage. So let me welcome first speaker on stage, that is Toastmaster Santosh, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Apeksha's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Santosh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nishant. Good evening, district officer, general evaluator, fellow Toastmaster, and a special good evening, my speaker, Toastmaster Apeksha. My journey, Toastmaster Apeksha. Congratulations to start today your journey from a speaker to confident speaker. You rightly said the 1,000-mile journey start with a single step. And today, the day you start your 1,000-mile journey by delivering your first speech in Bane Toastmaster Club. So big round of applause for the Toastmaster Apeksha. You start your speech with the quote, and this tell us I understand by this that you know how to hook the audience by the first line. So kudos to you to understanding for this. In your speech, you mentioned that how you face challenge when you got the chance to speak publicly in twice. That first one in your college time, and second time you mentioned in office time. And this tell that how you are good in your introspect, and you face the challenge to overcome, and you join the Toastmaster Club. So this tell the something about your personality that you never give up. So well done. In your speech, you use the simple language in English, short sentences, so that I can, or like me, can easily understand your message. I have noticed that you 2 times use your word of day. It's still that how is good in your, or you have command in your language. So wonderful. Third thing that I like most and really impress, your smile. You throw out speech, you maintain your smile and confidence. That's tell that how you are, how much you have potential as a speaker. So congratulations for your journey you started. Now, I have only 2 tips. That tips really help you for next speech. First, you could have used little bit more content, especially in your childhood days, or some other aspect which form your personality. Second thing that you could have take more time to start the speak. You start the speak as you come into the stage. If I summarize, you your speech well written, well structured, with full of confidence. Take my 2 tips. Believe me, you will become the confident speaker in every stage. Over to Toastmaster of Day, or Toastmaster Nishant.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Santosh, for that evaluation. Now, I would like to invite second evaluator for the day, that is Toastmaster Divyesh, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Ravindran's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Divyesh.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So good evening all. Like our life journey is incomplete without a mentor. Similar way, at Toastmaster, our speech also incomplete without an evaluation. So for Toastmaster Ravindra, your speech self introduction I'll be evaluating, and it is more about introspection. Your story overall resembles today's theme as well. So you have started your speech really well. It was very structured speech, and you have covered all aspects of your life. So that was fantastic overall from the speech perspective. This is your first speech, and I clap for you. You have brought people attention in your entire speech by mentioning your next ride, and that is amazing, because through that people are immediately able to relate with whatever you are saying. You have started with powerful word like life is challenging, and also subsequently you have mentioned about your quote, face the fear and fear will disappear. So that is also very good from the overall your introduction perspective, and you highlighted your core fear part and throughout your speech, and you covered other part of your speech like in your speech like college days, then your job in Dubai, then your marriage life and loss of your father. So that all part you have tried to cover in sequence manner, and that is also really wonderful. But few recommendation from my end, like few things you can improve later on. like speech clarity. These are the good things: speech clarity, hand gesture, and comfort level. But I have one recommendation on the vocal variety. So when you say your father has lost, so at that time you can change your voice. Like I married in 2015 and we were very happy, and suddenly our dream shattered by when I heard news of my father about heart attack, something like that you can mention. So overall, your speech was wonderful, and uh, I and your end was also very powerful with the same quote. So overall, the speech structure, everything is good. I best of luck to you for your next speech. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Divyesh, for that evaluation. Next up, I would like to invite Toastmaster Manu, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Shubham. Over to you, Toastmaster Manu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nishant. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Timer, you can start. Graph never goes straight line. Yes, Toastmaster Shubham. We can see your upward trend in Toastmaster's journey. Yes, your graph is always on an increasing trend. I like the way you started your speech with full of confidence. The way you enacted between a conversation between you and your friend, that was the best part I liked about your speech. You hooked the audience to your speech with interesting examples of Napoleon Hill and Apurva Gupta being a Toastmasters. It was a learning for us also. As you rightly mentioned, graph never goes straight line. So we, like, while giving some commendations, we have some recommendations also. I was not able to connect your speech with your title. Your title was My Learning Curve of Toastmasters. That, like, from that title, I was looking forward to your learnings, what all you have learned from this Toastmasters. But instead of that, you mentioned how you, like, what convinced you to join Toastmasters. So I feel the title could have been something else. Also, when you were delivering a speech, I would prefer next time if you deliver your speech standing, because it felt that you were talking to someone around the other side of the table, and we were missing that eye contact also. Coming back to your feedback from last speech, which was about the time and over explaining few points, I think there is still a lot of improvement is required. I know you have improved from 9.5 minutes to 9 minutes this time, but I still feel that you have to improve on timing, and your report has to be crisp and clear, which was missing. I felt it was only a storytelling, but not a crisp report. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manu, for that evaluation. Now I request timer Toastmaster Shankar to tell me if all the three evaluators have qualified.
Yes, Toastmaster Nishant, all are qualified.
I just request to release the polls for the best evaluator. And I request everyone to please cast your vote and tell us who you thought was the best evaluator according to you. Toastmaster Santosh, just notify me once we are done with the pollings. Yes, we are done. Great. Now it's time for role player reports. So first, I would like to invite our R counter for the day, Toastmaster Gitika, with her R counter report. Over to you, Toastmaster Gitika.
Good evening, everyone, once again. Last week I was assigned, while doing my course, we were assigned a new faculty for our lectures. When he started his lecture, his first word was, Now, being a Toastmaster, that butterfly in my mind started flying. I started counting his ahs and ums, which were nearly 100. And he, after completing his lecture, he asked us to fill the Google Doc form for the feedback. And I stopped myself in filling the form. I hope you all can understand. So before stating my today's report, I wanted to share a few suggestions for all of you, especially for the new speakers. What do you mean by crutch? Crutch means where we use, it's a support when we are not able to walk. Similarly here, crutch words are where we use it and it doesn't look nice when we are speaking. And so the best replacement for a crutch word is deliberate pause. All the great speakers, when they have to think something, that is again called awareness. When you have to think something, when you're not able to just place your mind, just take a 2 second, 3 second pause. Instead of using ah, ar. Now these filler words, they create distraction, and pauses have multiple benefits. They create suspense, slow down the fast talkers, and demonstrate confidence. Speakers often use filler words because their mouths are outpacing their minds. So what is the best thing is practice, practice and practice. It doesn't mean that you will become perfect, but with practice, you become confident. And today I'll be assigning samosa to those who have used crutch sounds less than 5. Samosa with no masala, who have used between 5 to 10, and only ingredients for more than 10. So samosa with only samosa, our Toastmasters are Toastmaster Aditi, Toastmaster Shankar, Toastmaster Santosh, Toastmaster Peksha, Toastmaster Ravindra, Toastmaster Vibha, Toastmaster Manu, Toastmaster Shubham, and Toastmaster Divyesh. Toastmaster Aditi and Toastmaster Shubham, you've also used the word Now without masala, only samosa, Toastmaster Priya and Toastmaster Narayana. Fortunately, we don't have anyone for more than, only using ingredients. And the crutch words which Toastmasters have used are just like, so, just, and, but. They are Toastmaster Manu, Toastmaster Santosh, Toastmaster Shankar, Toastmaster Apeksha, Ravindra, Shubham, Divyesh, Vibha. And the flawless speakers with samosa with chutney are Toastmaster Nishant and Toastmaster Sanjay. Over to the Toastmaster of the day. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gitika, for that samosa and chutney. I was really hungry. Now, I would like to invite someone who was keeping a track of the language that we are using. So please give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Aditi, who was language evaluator for the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Aditi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nishan. So let's start with how many of you have used word of the day and phrase of the day. Toastmaster Santosh used twice, Toastmaster Nishant once, Toastmaster Gitika once, Toastmaster Apeksha twice, Toastmaster Ravindra once. And phrase of the day, only Toastmaster Gitika used. Though I was expecting more uses. Okay, so let's see good uses. Squirrel contribution. The journey of 1,000 miles started with one step. And another is gather the courage. Face the fear by facing fear. And Toastmaster Shubham used burn my 3 R's. And then connecting dots. And another one is hook the audience. Now let's see the not so good uses. someone use same and similar one day. It should be either on same day or on similar day. And someone said TMOD addresses started. So TMOD address started. It should be like that. And focus in things. Rather, it should be focus on things. And someone used I am liable to live. Instead of that, I am able to, because liable is more like responsibility. Okay, thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Nishan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Adi, for that evaluation report. Thank you. Now it's time for General Evaluator's report. So let me begin with the first role player of the day, that is Sergeant at Arms, that was played by Toastmaster Priya. Now, Sergeant at Arms is the first role that comes whenever the meeting starts. And she started the meeting with a smile and gives a very unique start of number 265, which gives us the angel number which she said. And what happens, that creates kind of a light atmosphere and makes people more intrigued that, okay, what will happen next? What will happen next? And that was something that was very well done by Toastmaster Priya. And now I would also like to point out this PDF initiative that was taken by our XCOM of showing the PDF and like putting the mission out there so that people can also read it when it's also said by Sergeant at Arms. So it becomes easier for the people also to know what is happening and what is actually the mission of the club. So very well done on that. Next, I would talk about our counter Toastmaster Gitika. Now, thank you so much, Toastmaster Gitika, again for that samosa and chutney. Overall, you are very creative. Whichever role you are given, you are always creative. You bring out something new aspect whenever it comes to reporting the role or any role you play. Today, you brought out by bringing out samosas. Now, this is something that all of us can learn from Toastmaster Gitika, to how to bring out that creative aspect when it comes to reporting. Because reporting can be done in any manner you want. But when you make it more creative, people find it more useful and they take up everything that has to be taken from it. So very well done on that, Toastmaster Gitika. Just one suggestion. You talked about what the crutch word is and how it is used. This was something that can be put in the start of when you explain your role. So people know that what is something that you have to look out for, which I thought was missing. But overall, I think you did a fantastic job with your role. So very well done. Now I would like to come to the language evaluator. Now, this is a role that is very tough because language plays a very crucial role when it comes to Toastmasters and public speaking. And Toastmaster, I think you gave us a very good word of the day and phrase of the day. Now, unfortunately, people are not able to use it, but it is something that people will introspect that why were they not able to use it and try to bring it next time. But overall, they were very easy and I felt it were very easy to put into a sentence also. And I must commend the way you uniquely put out across the table. Now, you basically started talking about self-awareness and subtly you put in the word of the day and phrase of the day. This is a very rare skill which I find in people, and this is something you should always capitalize in future. So very well done on that, Toastmaster Aditi. Now I'd like to come to the timer of the day, Toastmaster Shankar. Now, timer is a very tough role when it comes to in an online meeting. Even for an offline meeting, it's a tough role, but when it comes to online meeting, it's a super tough role because you have to keep track of the time and also have to show it virtually. And Toastmaster Shankar, I think you have played this role for the first time. You've done a superb job with this role because I could see you show the timer cards for also the role players also, and every person who came on stage was shown the timer card, which I think you did a fantastic job with that. So overall, well done, Toastmaster Shankar. Now I would like to come to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Vibha. Self-awareness. This is a topic that I felt was very relevant in today's time. We are at home and there are times when we feel that yes, something is missing out of our life. And this is something that basically helps us improve as a person, as a speaker, and every facet of life. And I thought you put across in a brilliant manner the way you distributed your content throughout the overall session. Now, it wasn't that your content was focused only on the first part. No, you had initially, then after the table topic session, before the general evaluation section. So overall, the way you distributed your content was something that was superbly done. Also, I would like to comment on the fact that I've seen you play this role multiple times before. And today, the way you played your role was something unique and very different. The composure that I could sense in your role playing of this TMOD was something very brilliant. Now, composure is something that you get once you practice that role or when you do it multiple times. And that is something that you are gaining a very good hold over. So very well done on that, Toastmaster Vibha. Now, the only suggestion I have for you is whenever a speaker is done speaking, you give 30 seconds of pause between the speakers so that people can write recommendations that, okay, I have this idea for you, this idea for you. This is a very small suggestion that I have, but overall, I would say you did it beautifully. And overall, thank you very much for that amazing interactive session for us. Now, I would like to come to the table topic session that was done by Toastmaster Sanjay. Now, table topics is a session that gives you that creative freedom to conduct the session in the way you want it. And Toastmaster Sanjay never fails to astonish us with his creativity. And this time, since he had the benefit of time in his hand, he was able to bring in more and more people into the role, into the overall session, and make it feel like a whole that, yes, all of us were part of it. So overall, very well done on that, Toastmaster Sanjay. A big round of applause to you. Now I would like to come to the evaluation section. Now we had three brilliant evaluators, three seasoned evaluators of the Bane Toastmasters Club. I will start with Toastmaster Santosh. Now Toastmaster Santosh, usually whenever we're giving an icebreaker speech, we generally refrain from giving recommendations. But what you used today was, I have tips for you. Now this is a very unique and a very smart way to put across the recommendations, because it doesn't feel like a recommendation, it feels like a tip. So what happens? People feel that, okay, yes, he's not recommending me, he's giving me a tip so that I can improve in a better manner. This is something I feel that all of us can take home with us. And whenever we are evaluating an icebreaker speech, we can include it in our next evaluation for icebreaker speech. Overall, very well done, Toastmaster Santosh. You had CRS approach, that is commendation, recommendation, and summary. I just have one recommendation for you. That is, you told people to give a big round of applause to the speaker. Now, generally, when you get into a competition environment or any environment, you have very limited time to give the evaluation. So what happens if you give bigger round of applause that you take up, it takes up 10 seconds of your evaluation. So it just takes up the time. So next time, just avoid using it. But overall, very well done. Next, I would like to come to our second evaluator, Toastmaster Divyesh. Now, Toastmaster Divyesh, you basically demonstrated an interesting way of giving recommendation that a lot of people miss out on. That is actually demonstrating how recommendation should be given. So what happened? You told him that show us emotions, and you actually showed that how emotion can be depicted through your evaluation, how in the speech. This was something that I felt should be taken home, that yes, this is how you give recommendations. So people know how to actually incorporate in their speech next time. Overall, very well done. You followed the CRC approach. Amazing. Third, I would like to come to the evaluator, Toastmaster Manu. Now, whenever we are giving an evaluation, I is something that plays a very crucial role. I feel this was something very good. I feel this is nice. This is something that has to be incorporated in the evaluation, and Toastmaster Manu, you incorporated it very well. Just a recommendation for you is, the commendation were very less. I felt it was just barely one or two. Usually what we follow is 3 commendations, 1 or 2 recommendations, and you summarize or you have another commendation for the speaker. I just felt you were short of 1 or 2 commendations, which I think can definitely be worked upon. But overall, I think you did a brilliant job. And for the speakers, I would love to say we had 2 icebreaker speech and didn't feel like an icebreaker speech. Both of the speakers were so calm and so confident on stage. You did a beautiful job. And for Toastmaster Shubham, I think your creativeness we are never able to stop or like block your creativeness. Every time you come on stage, you bring on a different creative aspect of you, whether it is in terms of speaking or in terms of playing a different role in the club. Every time your creativeness comes out, and that is something I feel you should always capitalize. And finally, I would like to comment on the PO address that was delivered by Toastmaster Santosh. Now, Toastmaster Santosh has given PO address a lot of times, and I always see a growth and a path of creativeness every time when he gives the presidential address. And I would love to say, whoever takes up the PO next time should also learn from Toastmaster Santosh that there were times when questions were asked and no one was answering. Toastmaster Santosh took that initiative, okay, I will answer it, and make the session more and more interactive. Overall, I would say this is something that all of us can learn from Toastmaster Santosh. But overall, I had a great fun in this meeting. Everybody contributed beautifully. So overall, thank you so much. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nishant, for this crisp and clean evaluation. I must say we all should learn the evaluation skills from you. You have started on time and bang on, you haven't ended at the time assigned to for evaluations. Thank you. Now moving ahead, I would like to the Sergeant at Arms to cast the vote for best role player of the day. Are we done with the voting?
Yes, going on. Yes.
Okay. So this brings.
And one more, we have the auxiliary role player.
Okay, so please launch the poll for the best auxiliary role player.
Yeah, we done.
Great. Thank you, Toastmaster Santosh. So this brings us to the end of the meeting. Think about what you have learned about self-awareness that you didn't know at the start of the meeting. Create an action plan for yourself so you are able to take your learnings from insight to actions. That is it from my end on the theme self-awareness. Finally, it is the moment of glory for some of us. Let us invite our presiding officer to give away the awards, make announcements, and if any, and close the meeting. Just hold on. Before that, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Ravindra and Toastmaster Apeksha, and I would request everyone to please switch on your camera and give them a huge round of applause. Thank you so much. Back to you, over to you, Toastmaster Santosh, presiding officer of today.
Thank you, Toastmaster, Madam Toastmaster Vibha. And I hope all of you enjoy, learn a lot of things as I did from the meeting. Before going the moment of glory and presenting the award, believe me, these awards are based on your votes. Let me first acknowledge the first Toastmaster of the day, Vibha, and all role player, all speaker, or evaluator to make this meeting really successful. Now, your time to select the best person from the activities. So first, best prepared speech. The award goes to Toastmaster Ravindra. Toastmaster Ravindra, congratulations. This is your ice-breaking speech and this is your award. Can anyone take the pick? Yes, Toastmaster Ravindra. Done? Okay. Now, next award. Best table topic speaker. So award goes to Toastmaster Nishant. Toastmaster Nishant, who congratulations Toastmaster Nishant for the nice idea how to save many
Table
people by
topic
single.
is Sanjay. Toastmaster Sanjay, right?
No, best table topic speaker.
Okay, sorry, my mistake.
Yeah. So Nishant, thank you very much and congratulations to share the idea about how to save multiple people by single parachute. I hope we are taking the pick. Now next, best evaluators. So award goes to Toastmaster Manu. Congratulations, Toastmaster Manu, for your wonderful performance.
How do I pin photo and the certificate together?
Shubham? Are you there?
Let me take the pic.
Okay.
Manu, can you just switch on the video? I am not
Video is
the.
switch on.
Okay, but I am not. I cannot add Manu. Santosh.
Co-host. I am making a co-host.
Co-host.
One minute. Toastmaster one.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh.
One minute.
Now, thank you very much for considering me. So it means today's tie.
Manu, can you switch on the video, please?
So time is best role player. So award goes to waiting 1, 2. Yes, Toastmaster Sanjay. Toastmaster Sanjay, congratulations to take us in 2 different world. One for crash landing and second is zoo.
Yes, taken.
Last but not least, our auxiliary role player. The award goes to Toastmaster Gitika. Congratulations, Toastmaster Gitika. Toastmaster Gitika, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
So Toastmaster Gitika, this award
Thank
tells
you.
that how we are missing you. So please come in meeting frequently.
Sure, sure.
Gitika, 1 minute. Done.
So congratulations all winner and especially all member who participate this meeting and make this meeting really wonderful. Now to time for another feedback. I would request from our 2 guests. One is Apurva and second is Anand. If they can provide our feedback within 15 seconds.
Correction is there. Apurva and Anand is our members.
Apurva Anand is members.
And Apurva, I feel she's Toastmaster Apurva.
Okay.
Just confirm Apurva, please.
And
And
Anand
Anand
is
is
also our member.
okay.
Yeah.
So my bad. Right. Next time, please add your prefix in your name. So with this, I hope we have learned a lot about the awareness. And after this meeting, believe me, I am got a lot of good tips from the Toastmaster Vibha to how to understand, how to make the well aware. With this, before adjourn this meeting, let's go for the group photo with the cheerful smile and big smile.
1 minute. Done.
Then thank you, Toastmaster Devesh, to capture this wonderful moment. With this, I am going to adjourn the meeting and open this meeting for fellowship.